Hi, welcome to another episode of Accidental Thoughts. I'm Jason, and
Me.
he's him today. He's not a bite-sized snack, y'all. He's him and him
No,
alone.
no.
We got
I've
a
been,
pretty interesting subject based on last week's episode.
yeah.
We're going to talk about Cupid. I'm going to let you start that off, Jimmy.
Okay. We'll start with it. Okay. Everybody knows that this Friday is Valentine's Day. Yay! You realize
You mean
before
by
we get
chocolate
into the Cupid
flowers?
deal? But do you realize something? This just blows my mind. I was sitting here reading about it a little while ago, and the Cupid thing. Don't get me wrong, I got enough on that, but I didn't realize we could probably. It almost seems like you could cut the national debt in half because of that day. How much is spent on just
Oh yeah,
Valentine's
it's.
Day?
I think it's second only
Like,
to Black
what?
Friday and Christmas spending. Yeah. Which is why you do know there's a man added date on 3/14, March 14th. You know what that
What?
is, right?
No.
Yeah, Steak and BJ Day. I'm not even kidding. Look it up.
I'm not looking it up.
If 2/14 is Valentine's Day, 3/14 is Steak and BJ Day.
Yeah,
Just
I'm not
saying.
going with that. I can tell
That
you the
doesn't ever
money
work,
output's not
but
going to be the same.
for
You're
those
not
of
going to spend
you
the same
hearing
amount
that
of money.
cat in the
That ain't going to happen.
background,
Ain't
right?
going to happen.
My cat
They're
wants to go
talking.
outside.
Huh?
I
Yeah.
said, for those of you listening, if you could hear that cat meowing in the background, he wants to go outside.
Oh, well, that's somebody else's problem.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Right now, anyway. Gypsy! You'd swear it was a female cat in heat, man, but it's a male and he's fixed.
Okay.
Life with
Anyway.
Jason.
Back. You about done, or do you need to take a break?
Nah, we good. Let's do this.
Okay. I find it ironic that we're sitting here talking about Valentine's Day and Cupid.
And I got a little kitty in the background getting all hot and
Kitty back
bothered.
there, let me out, let me out.
He wants to go get his Valentines, apparently. If he weren't fixed, I'd worry about him, but...
I think the same about you. Okay, so here's the deal.
Right. Right. If I wasn't fixed, you'd worry about me, right? Yeah.
That's too funny, man. I'm sorry. You have no idea how loud that is on this end.
They don't want us to talk about Cupid today.
Okay. Anyway.
Moving on.
First of all, when we talked about last week, we talked about the fact of Groundhog Day and all the great attributes that had to provide. We discussed the fact of, what does Valentine? We knew it's coming up and everything. Valentine's Day was the one thing that sticks out, and it's Cupid. The funny thing is, Cupid was not, according to what I've read in several places, was not supposed. It was adapted by us for some reason to take it and make it into a little baby with a diaper. Some of them not a diaper, and put wings on it and shoot bows and arrows. But for some reason, a lot of its understanding, I guess you could say, once I read about it, was kind of like, okay, I learned something. Kind of like the deal with, Groundhog Day. I learned something here. It's not just about the arrows that he shoots, that supposedly he shoots, which in and of itself is kind of, morbid in a way. But here's the thing. It's not just for the fact of love. It's also
Okay.
The arrows, it's not just about love, it's about hate.
About hate?
Hate.
Seriously?
Seriously.
Oh my Lord.
And I'm like, what?
I knew that he was portrayed as a chubby boy,
Correct.
but I didn't know that his arrows were about hate. Why do
Yeah.
they have a heart
Here
on
it
the
is.
end?
Cupid's arrows. And this is what it says. I'm not
Mhm.
joking. I've looked this up in like 3 or 4 different places, and I was really curious. It says
Okay.
the idea of shooting arrows to make people fall in love or hate is a whimsical concept that can be seen as humorous, especially when considering the unpredictable nature of human emotions. I don't remember ever hearing anybody say, Happy Valentine's Day. I hate your guts. I just don't remember seeing it.
Yeah, I don't remember anything like that.
I
Although
mean,
back
I
in school,
don't
when we
remember
were
ever.
in grade school, we had to give everybody Valentine's, even if we did hate their guts.
Right,
So
you give them a card. But if I had known that then, that would have been cool. I would have been, instead, because you used to, in class, you would make them out of, colored construction paper and stuff. And you could make one out of a black. This is the color of my
right,
heart. Happy Valentine's Day.
right.
But the thing is, I didn't know about the hate part. I had no idea that Cupid was a deal of hate. Of course, the deal with Cupid anyway. I'm sorry. I think that's just that's ridiculous. First, it's a child. Okay,
Yeah.
we've made it into a kid. A little kid in a diaper. Here.
Did we do that, or was he originally
It was
portrayed in
us.
Greek
It was
mythology like
us.
that?
It was us. I was hoping it was somebody else.
Yeah, that kind of makes it weird then, especially considering what we found out about, Hollywood elites and other people in
Right.
positions of power and little kids lately, as of late
Right.
years.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
I
you're
didn't know
right. That
about
makes it
the.
very strange.
See, there's also Cupid, which is weird. Okay. Cupid is supposed to be this, I don't know, deliverer of love, apparently, or hate, to us. But also,
Yeah.
he found love, supposedly. Did you know who Cupid's love interest was?
So I remember hearing it, and it
Now,
was,
if this was
wasn't it the
today,
goddess of love herself? Huh?
no,
No,
if
no,
this
I
was
remember
today,
hearing
it'd be
about that. I
funny.
did not read that part today.
Psyche. He fell in
Psyche.
love with Psyche.
Okay. That's an
Not
interesting
joking.
choice to put for Cupid.
Of course, it's a myth. Of course, it's a myth. But Cupid
Yeah.
falls in love with
But
Psyche, but she
parallels
is
are
tricked.
astounding.
She is tricked into looking at him, breaking a pact, and causing a series of humorous and
Right?
dramatic events. I'm like, okay. I'm still hung up on the hate part. What if he grabs the wrong
Yeah.
arrow for me or something, I'm just saying, I'm like, you're going to love this. Oh, whoops, wrong
Does
one.
he
I
have
mean,
to
I'm
speak
just
to
saying,
the
it's
arrows before
stupid.
he shoots them? What? Because I've
Yeah.
never noticed him have more than one quiver.
I always see a picture where he's got this, deal on his back with a
Or
bunch of
yeah.
arrows in it. He's kind of like a childish Hawkeye. I'm just
Right.
saying, man.
Right? Exactly. In a diaper, no less.
In a
Now,
diaper. Yeah.
one would
That looks loaded. I don't know what to tell
it
you.
would make you wonder if they proposed that Cupid was the gift of love, as in somebody got
Right.
pregnant and had a kid. I don't
Right.
know. But you think about that, and it's like, well, it's a little fat kid in a diaper with a
Yeah.
bow and arrow.
What does that have? I don't
That's the
understand.
gift of getting the love, and that's why you hate the love? I don't know.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that because do you know what AI's overall description of this is? One funny aspect of Cupid is his depiction as a chubby, winged baby with a bow and arrow, wielding the power to make people fall in love or hate. There it is again, or hate.
I'd never heard the hate part.
I have never
I don't know
heard
what
that.
that's about.
That doesn't make sense. What?
None.
I mean, let me ask you this, okay? Because apparently they're putting, Cupid. They put Cupid with Valentine's Day. Some, I mean, but Cupid's supposedly like, I guess like the tooth fairy or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, here's the deal.
Right.
When you go to blow all your money on Valentine's Day, depending on who you are, not me,
I was gonna
and
say
you're gonna
we
buy.
don't really celebrate that in our house in that respect.
We do, but I don't do it. Here's the second mortgage. I'm not doing that. No.
Yeah.
I
No. Well, for instance, the same dozen roses you can buy any other time of year for $20, they cost
Exactly.
$100 on Valentine's.
Except this week.
And it's like, yeah, they're the same roses. It's like,
Same one. No, they're not the same. I grew them especially for this. Yeah, whatever. Do
yeah.
you ever go to because people will put all these booths, these on the side of the road, all the stores have got them, and they go through all this crap. Now,
I was gonna say all the stores set up tents, everything, just like we do for Christmas trees every year. That's
How
another thing
many
we could talk
do
about
you
right
see
there.
them in there? After reading the fact of that Cupid is a deliverer of love and hate, how many
And
bouquets of black roses do you see? Just saying
among
there.
normal people, none. But there is a subgenre of people in our society who wear the black lipstick and the black clothes,
Yeah,
and
but
darn well they give each other black roses.
I guess maybe I don't know. The hate part's what's getting
I
me.
don't know.
I mean, what?
Yeah.
Why would they? I don't know. It didn't add up. It didn't make sense.
Did you
I don't
look
understand
into
why.
how he
What's
delivers the
part?
hate?
Yeah, you got it on your screen. What does it say? Does it say the same thing?
I don't have I have the Wikipedia, which, as you know,
Right.
can
What does it say?
anybody can.
Does it say anything about the fact of
Cupid's arrows.
Cupid, the deliverer of love
Two
or
kinds of
hate?
arrows,
What?
or darts, one with a sharp golden point and the other with a blunt tip of lead. A person wounded by the golden arrow is filled with uncontrollable desire, but the one struck with lead feels aversion and only desires to flee, according to Wikipedia.
Right.
Use of these arrows is described by the Latin poet Ovid, who was a Roman poet, apparently.
Right.
And apparently Apollo taunted Cupid as the lesser archer. So Cupid shot him with the golden arrow, but strikes the object of his desire, the nymph Diane, with the lead arrow. So that's what created the love and hate, I guess, because one of them got hit by the love arrow and the other got hit by the
lead
avoidance arrow, I guess.
Right, man.
So that's what I'm seeing. But here you go. Cupid and the bees is another tale. In the tale of Cupid, the honey thief.
Right.
He's stung by bees when he steals honey from their hive, and he cries and runs to his mother Venus. Oh, that's interesting. Venus gave birth to him.
Right.
Wow.
I read that. Venus. Okay. Right. I read that part. Again, this is myth.
Yeah, well, this is Greek mythology, or some would say the Greek gods of old.
Correct.
Being a Christian, obviously, we don't follow the Greek mythology part of it, or the Greek gods.
Right.
But there is some evidence that these were really big gods in their culture, in their time, in the ancient Greece era. So,
hey, well, I still don't get the hate part. I don't understand the hate part.
Well, he struck Apollo with a dart, making him desire what I say her name was, Daphne.
Right.
And he struck her with the other dart to make her flee from Apollo, because Apollo taunted him. I think it's the only time he actually ever used both. Although, you ever chased a girl when you were younger that you really wanted and couldn't get her? Think about it. It was Cupid screwing around with you. He's like, "Oh, you thought you were better than me, huh?"
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know if I was struck by love or hate. Was I doing it to set her up so she, something would go wrong, or was I doing it?
No idea. It depends on if you believe in the mythology or not, I guess.
Now I'm lost. Now I'm like, Now what do I mean, the whole time, I just kept picturing this. I pictured this chubby little kid,
Happy dude.
Yeah. You didn't see anything about hate. I looked up 3
No,
different
no, but
places,
I
and
mean,
I'm like,
I knew I knew that he was supposedly the best archer, and after reading that, I do remember something about Apollo and him being competitive because I did study a little of the Greek mythology in high school.
right.
It was part of high school
Again,
when we
still
were growing up.
myth,
I don't know what they're teaching these kids
mythical.
nowadays.
It's just myth.
Yeah,
And it
yeah,
doesn't explain the billions that get
but it was
spent on
interesting.
Friday for Valentine's Day. I mean, it's just, I mean,
Exactly. Well, it does. There are, especially in
arrows
our
of ignorance,
society nowadays, these younger ones.
go broke. What?
Yes, there are women out there, or dare I call them women, who want their man to buy them a ring when they propose that is 10 times their yearly salary.
Yeah.
So if you were making
I
100
wonder
grand a year, they want you to buy them $1 million engagement ring.
if that is the heaviest day out of the year that there are wedding proposals. I mean, I wonder
I
on
would think it
Valentine's
would
Day,
be.
what? Huh?
I think it would be. Now, I can also tell you it is one of the heavier days because if you look at 9 months from then, it's one of
Which
the
would
heavier birth months.
be what? September,
October,
October.
September,
Yeah,
October, something like that. Yeah.
yeah, October.
So, yep.
So what do you think the biggest thing from this day, where Valentine's Day would be, like, wedding proposals, or, a buttload of puppies being given away? Here's you a puppy.
Buttload of something.
Flowers ain't gonna last long.
Yeah, but
But
let's
according
put
to
it
what
this
I
way:
just
every
read,
man,
apparently
everywhere, from
love is temporary, but hate can last a while. Okay.
right,
Thank you, Cupid.
right, right. Well, here's the thing. The love they're talking about, the love he shoots you with, is desire,
Right.
and that desire can wane in the matter of we talk about that stuff all the time, whereas
Right.
you first meet the woman of your dreams and you're with her and you guys are like rabbits and we're like rabbits and they're like rabbits. Every man, that's what we use love to get sex, and women use sex to get love,
Right.
and that's just the age old tale of the sexes. um in
What if
the end,
Cupid was really a rabbit?
love, true love, he might be part rabbit as short as he is, but anyway,
Possibly.
possibly. But the bottom line is that we beyond that initial desire have to work at love. It's a daily choice when you get up to, oh, am I going to help clean the house today? Well, am I
Okay,
going
but
to?
that's
And I'm
further
talking
down the
from a man.
road. I mean, that's
Yeah, but we're
that's
talking about
that's
that's
down the
beyond the
line.
Cupid thing.
But would
But yeah,
Cupid be
but
a
I
thing
would
for
say in the
somebody in our
interim,
way? I mean, if you're already married or engaged
uh
or whatever, is Cupid really part of the deal anymore? I mean,
some would say it keeps the passion alive.
sounds like it hurt like
You and
hell.
I lead different lives. You and I lead different lives than those people that spend billions on that stuff because we try and treat our wives like that every day. So it's not really a special day for us.
I mean,
You know,
I can understand that, but
we
still,
lavish our wives with things that are practical. Unlike,
right.
like my family, my daughter and my wife love flowers, and a lot of times we have flowers in the house. We haven't lately just because of different things we're doing now to hold
Because you
on to
keep
more money.
dodging the arrows.
Yeah, what can I say? Like a lightning bolt.
Gets tangled up in the web. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
something like
I mean,
that. Anyway,
for
but
people like us that are, that are already, I mean, meaning me and you, that are already married, something like that. The Cupid thing doesn't, what if it goes awry? Now that we know that it's, not just for love, but also for hate, you know, all of a sudden, I'm just
that would
saying,
explain a lot of fights you get in with your wife and a lot of
yeah,
fights I get in with mine, wouldn't it?
that could come in handy. That could come in real handy. Hey, this
Good.
thing we're having right now, hey, Cupid must have missed something went wrong. Don't blame me. Hey.
Hey, Cupid, why'd you grab the lead arrow?
Yeah.
You're supposed to grab the golden
Yeah.
one, man.
But again,
Be
even
like
with the
a Ching
fact of it
Chong
being
moment there.
mythical,
Sorry, man.
is the fact
Yeah.
that they took a day and they've dedicated it to, for love. And I mean, that's great. Just like Groundhog Day. That's great. Yeah.
Right?
But, the the billions of dollars that they're going to spend on it, which is what I read. Now, it's not just here, it's everywhere, apparently, but at different points or something. Like there's days of love, in every country, it seems like. It may not be the same day as,
Yeah.
February the 14th, but it's quite a possibility that much money is just to prove how much you love somebody. And what you mentioned earlier, that, even though I don't agree, that March the 14th would be our day or whatever you want to call it. I'm
Well,
not
I mean,
buying
no, it's
that.
just it's something that people have put out every year for tons of years. I
I've
don't think there's
seen that.
anything official on it.
Now
Yeah,
I'm
well, you're not
curious.
online, so you're not
What?
really on. You're not on social media like
So
I
what
am.
is this? What is this? Is a group of drunks or
National
something that
Steak
come up
and
with this
BJ Day.
idea or something? I mean, I've
I
never
don't
heard
know
of it.
who
I mean,
came up
you've
with
mentioned it
probably some.
before, but it was like
Yeah, I have. I've
goofy.
sent you the picture every year. Don't
I
forget to
know.
remind.
And I thought it was just some bullshit you made up. And I'm like,
No.
okay, whatever, man. Good luck with that. So you're
Here, I'll
sitting here
pull it up
telling
and
me
share it.
it's not online. You're actually going to look to see if it's online. Are you serious? I was getting ready to do that. Because I'm curious. Because I was like, I've never heard of that. I've never heard of that. It's kind of like, here it was several years ago. I don't remember when I first heard about it. But what's it called? A Grandparents' Day. There's a
It's on
Grandparents'
Wikipedia,
Day.
man.
Huh?
Watch this. Watch this.
What are you going to do? You going to
It's
share
on
it?
Wikipedia.
You're going to share it, aren't you? Yeah, this ought to be good.
There it is.
Oh my gosh.
It's
What's that
a
say?
satirical, unofficial
Does that
holiday
say,
created in the United States.
or steak and knobber day? What the
Yeah.
crap?
Slobby knobber? You never heard of that?
Oh my gosh.
Just
That
saying.
is so
Jason.
whatever. Who created
All
it's gonna
right.
show who created that? Who created that day? Yeah,
It doesn't say.
of
It
course.
started out as an internet meme, though.
Yeah.
It says significance
That is
is
so
it was an
dumb.
internet meme observed
Steak
by,
and
you
knobber
ready for
day.
this? North America, Australia, Europe, and New Zealand. It's an
That's
unofficial. It's
so crazy.
It's been suggested that it's a backlash against the feminist movement. The holiday has been criticized as sexist and patriarchal, though it has also been positively received by some, used as a platform to fundraise for breast cancer research. So, it was
So who invented
the
Valentine's
holiday was
Day?
actually devised. Here we go. This is
What?
how old it is. You ready for this? This just
Sure.
blew my mind.
Sure.
Several websites claim to be the official site of it, but none of them identify as the creator. The sites concur that the holiday was devised by a radio DJ named Tom Birdsey in 2002 during a show
so
on
it's still not
WFNX in
it's not
Boston.
that old. But
2002?
yeah, that's only 23
23 years old this year.
Yeah, but I mean, even then, Valentine's Day has been. How long has Valentine's Day been around?
What do
A
you
lot
mean?
longer. Does that tell you how slow we are?
Right. Dang it, we should have picked up on that a long time
Yeah.
ago, dang it.
Yeah, it took. They got it for like 80 years, and here we are. Yeah, we get it figured out now. Yeah, we're only 60 years behind, but
Dates,
hey.
oh, God.
Huh?
Okay, now we are going to feel stupid. Dates back to the 5th century.
Man. And you just now telling us that this idea was 23 years ago does not. That's an arrow of hate right there. That
Right.
is
Let arrow.
like, hey, are you serious? Golly, that sucks. And
But
why has it got to
the
be that?
meme is as real as you and I.
Steak and knobber day. What a stupid name.
Well, that's only if you're in Australia, mate.
It
It's a
don't
steak
matter.
and holiday.
It's still that's dumb.
You know, that's like Austin Powers going, "Hey, it's my meat and two veg."
Oh, it's steak and holiday. Okay.
Yeah, steak and holiday. That's what I'm gonna call it from now on.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll never hear the end of that. Yep. Yep. I mean, I don't know. Okay, well, hold on. Okay. Since this has been going on for 22, 23 years. Okay. If Cupid is the winged, loaded diaper baby of this thing, of Valentine's Day, okay, what is the, I don't know, mythical creature, whatever,
The
steak and
mascot?
knobber day? What is it? What's it going to be?
Steak?
What, a T-bone
cow,
flying
probably?
around with a boat of
A steak flying around with a wiener on it? I don't know.
What will he be shooting? You know what? I don't want to know. I don't even want to know.
God, you don't want to see any of these images, I'll tell you that.
Don't share crap. I don't want to know what it is. You started it. I don't even know why you even brought that up. It could have been just something simple.
Well, the one I've always shared with you is the dude laying in bed there, and you see the woman's feet out the other end of the blanket. You know, he's just sitting there with a steak on a fork, laying back, looking all dapper, and it just says steak and BJ.
Right. Now that you know it could
You've
be
seen
steak and knobber day, that is so goofy.
Right.
Now I'm
Did
going
you
to
know
have that
there's an
image in
official
my head of
song?
a flying T-bone for some stupid reason. That's not going to go away anytime soon.
T-bone, you said?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I don't know how I'm going to get that out of my head now. That's messed up.
Well, who knows, man, but
I don't.
so Cupid either shoots you with a gold arrow or a lead arrow.
Right.
Then a month later, you might
don't
get a
even
steak
know.
and
I don't even want to know.
a month later, man, talk about waiting on a return on that investment.
Yeah. Yeah. You want special sauce? No, I'm good.
Well, no special sauce on
What's he
steak and
supposed to
BJ
do?
Day.
Go around and
Just
marinate people or something? I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm just saying. As now I'm gone. Now I'm gone. I'm
Right.
gone. I'm like, it's there.
Well, one last factoid of Cupid and subsequently Valentine's Day. We talked about Cupid being around since about the 5th century, right?
Right.
Officially, at the end of the 5th century, Pope Gelasius forbid the celebration of Lupercalia and is sometimes attributed with replacing it with Saint Valentine's Day, but the true origin of the holiday is vague at best. And Valentine's Day didn't come to be celebrated as a day of romance until the 14th century. So it took them a while to take off with that.
What'd you say it was?
Subject matter.
Lupercalia? What?
Lupercalia. Yep.
Oh, I thought you said lubricalia, and I'm like, oh my gosh. I was getting ready like,
well, this is
oh my
according to
god.
Britannica, so you know.
I was
this
getting
is a
ready
little
to say,
bit better.
what is wrong with this day? I was like,
yeah.
Jeez. Well, all I can say is, after this episode, I can tell you, if you haven't learned anything, you should have at least picked up on the fact of, if you see a flying T-bone somewhere, you might want to duck and cover. I don't know what to tell you, because I'm just...
Yeah.
I don't know what...
Because it might not be long before it sprays special sauce.
Yeah. He is definitely the one who'll tell you.
And with that,
size doesn't matter. Okay. Pack it in.
Right.
All right.
Talk about a new form of meat. I'm Jason. This is Jimmy. Thanks for joining us once again for Accidental Thoughts. Y'all have a nice night.
Later.